Hi everyone, I wanted to jump on and make a quick video about the holiday of Passover. So this year, Passover is celebrated on April 12th through the 20th. And on the Hebrew calendar, it's the 14th of Nisan until the 22nd of Nisan. Nisan is a special month in the Jewish calendar. Our forefather Isaac was born in the month of Nisan, and Nisan marks the beginning of the spring season. And so Passover is celebrated for 8 days. And the reason why is because outside of Israel, we are not certain exactly about the Hebrew calendar. So we add an extra day in case we got the days wrong. But in Israel, Passover is celebrated for 7 days. And the reason why it's celebrated for 7 days is on the first day of Passover is when the Israelites left the land of Egypt. But on the seventh day of Passover is when the sea split, and you could see the depiction behind me. And so the first 6 days they were being pursued by the Egyptians, and their life was still in danger because they were coming to kill them. So it says here, it was the parting of the Red Sea, which occurred 7 days later, which you can see behind me. So there's many traditions that happen in Passover. We eat the unleavened bread at the Seder. We have two Seders outside of Israel. In Israel, they have one Seder. And the first 2 days of the holiday are holy days. We celebrate them like Shabbat, which means that observant Jews don't drive or go to work or use electronics or any of those things. It's a festival day. Then the next 4 days are intermediate days where you can work, you can do your ordinary things, but you just refrain from eating the leavened bread, and we eat only matzah during that time. And then the last 2 days, so this year it's going to be the 19th and 20th of April, which is this year on a Saturday and Sunday. Those days are also holy days, which we don't do work and we treat it like a Shabbat. So some of the things that I learned this year in preparation for the holiday was from an hour video from Rabbi Barami in Israel. And he talked about how this year Pesach is going to be the 3,337th time that the Israelites celebrate this holiday, because it happened, the first Pesach, the first Passover happened in the year 2448 after creation. So Pesach in Hebrew, the Hebrew word for Passover, means peh, mouth, sach, speaking. So during this holiday, we tell the story at the Seder table of the Exodus of Egypt, how the Israelites were in Egypt and they were slaves. And this is the story of our Exodus of Egypt and our redemption from slavery. Mitzrayim, it's interesting, is the Hebrew word for Egypt. And what it means in Hebrew is meitzar. It means from constriction. So not only are we going into physical liberty and freedom, but it's also a time of freedom from restrictive mindsets and any other like restrictions or limitations that we place on ourselves. So that's the spiritual aspect of the physical holiday. I thought it was also interesting to note Abraham, who was the first monotheist and the first Jew. He circumcised himself and his son Isaac. He was born in the year 1948 from creation. And we know also that Israel was founded in the Anglo year of 1948. And I don't think that that's a coincidence. There's many beautiful gematriot, which is numerologies around this holiday. One of them that I learned from Rabbi Barami is that the afikomen, which is the like dessert matzah that we eat on the Passover Seder, it has a gematria or a numerical equivalent of 287. So in Hebrew, every Hebrew letter corresponds with a number. For example, Aleph, which would be an A, is 1, bet, B is 2, and so on. So when you take the word afikomen and you break it up and you add up the numbers, it's 287. And other words that add up to 287 include rofe, which is healer. It's also in gematria 287. Refuah, without the hay, is also 287. And then there's a phrase, hakesef b'mazal gadol, also adds up to 287. And what that means is, hakesef means the money, b'mazal means with luck, gadol means big. So in other words, it's for wealth and abundance. There's a gematria for protection, anochi magen lecha hagana. I am shielding for you a shield, or it means that God is protecting us. And another correspondence with the number 287 is from the phrase ken yirbe, which is a segula for having children. So it's a segula not only for having children, but also chinuch yeladim, for raising them, for them to be like, good people and things like that. So what we're celebrating this holiday is similar to other holidays, similar to Purim, is that the enemy, in this case the Egyptians, tried to kill us, but we survived because God saved us. So this is what we're celebrating again, is our freedom, our liberty. And nowadays, as this spiral of time goes on itself, we celebrate the liberation from any constricting or limiting thoughts that we may have in our life. And so remember this year that when you're eating the afikomen at the end of the Seder, which is the dessert bread, it's for protection, prosperity, and healing. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and God bless you in everything that you do. Bye-bye.